Romano's just confirmed it, right? Romano's confirmed it. So it's done.
Jesus.
Yeah. New revolution. We're coming for the title next year, Rants. We're coming for the title.
I don't know what to make of. I don't know what to make of this new manager, because you know what's mad? I know nothing about this guy here at all, apart from the interviews that we've seen of him. But it seems like he's got a bit of a chip on his shoulder. I kind of like that though.
Yeah. Look, from what I've seen, I like him. I like his interviews. He seems pretty forthright. Everyone says that he's quite strict, but fair. Lots of people in the football world are saying that he's really well respected, and that it's about time he made the move into a top European league. And one thing I'm not sure if many people know this, Rants, is that he was actually offered the Brighton job before De Zerbi, and turned it down. So listen, I'm happy if Brighton's scouting team have done some due diligence and decided that this is a good guy, then I'm all over it. Cool, I'm good with it.
Yeah. Listen, it's one of them ones where there's loads of different ways that you could interpret this Tottenham situation, innit? When I heard that you weren't in for Pochettino, I looked at it in a way like, is this your owner's way of basically telling us that he don't really want to spend a lot of money and he doesn't really want to challenge? That's why he's going for maybe a lesser name that's going to have lower expectations, that's going to put up with a lot more crap than maybe Pochettino is this time round? Or is it just a different direction? Like, I guess we're not going to know until we see who you actually sign.
Yeah, I feel like I think there's a lot to it. I think first and foremost, I think there's going to be bigger names that are going to turn us down, and rightfully so. I mean, we've done nothing to suggest that we deserve a big manager, right? And
Sure.
and if I was a big manager, I'm not going to Tottenham Hotspur right now. There's nothing there that makes me think, yeah, this is a great move for my career. Let's go to Tottenham and spend 5 years building. Whereas someone like Postecoglou will have that urge to build because he's got something to prove, right? There's nothing to say he can't come over and do well because he's been in Scotland. He's managed in Japan. He's managed in Australia. And Spurs need a kind of, I hate this phrase, but I think we need a project manager, building manager. So listen, I'm all over it. Give the guy a chance. Let's see what happens. And I've been saying this to everyone, Rants, and people. I've just put out a note for as many of my subscribers as possible to come and watch this show, so they'll be bored of hearing me say this. But when people say, "Will he be successful, Rants, or will he do it in the Premier League?" I think the question we got to ask ourselves first is, what does that look like at Spurs next year? Like, what does success look like? Because it's not top 4. We're nowhere near it. And I don't think we're going to be ready to win a trophy immediately. So for me, it's about, in a year, can he get rid of some of the deadwood? Can he bring in some of his own players? And can we at least see that he's stamping an identity on the team?
Sure, 100%. Right? You have to manage your expectations.
Exactly.
And this is what I said. Bringing him in, instead of going for a Pochettino or something like that, until you actually sign a certain amount of players, like, we need to wait and find out what this tells you about what Tottenham see as a good season next season.
Yeah.
That's what we need to do, because if they go out, they spend loads of money, say they go out and spend 200 million and they actually sign some players where it looks like they're going to try and challenge for top 4, that's one thing. But the chances are that's not going to happen.
No, it's not going to happen at all. And look, for example, like you can see that comment at 612 from a guy called Pipe71. He always has a bit of banter with me on my YouTube channel. Look, he says Spurs fans are delusional. I think guys like this are delusional for not understanding where we are as a club. Like, we're saying he's cheap and he won't pressure Levy for players. First of all, we don't know that. Second of all, did Conte pressure Levy for players? Conte ended up with Jed Spence and Forster and Perisic on a free.
Yeah, he didn't want those players.
Yeah, so for example, if we're going to knock this guy and go, oh, he sorry, my camera's just fallen down there. He's going to pressure. He's not going to pressure Levy for players. Well, how did that quite work under Conte? Yeah, I feel like we're completely losing. The Spurs fans have lost all, and it's really got to me. You probably tell I'm a bit more pent up than normal, Rants. The Spurs fans are completely out of touch with where we are as a football club right now. Just get Nagelsmann. Why does he want to come? Just go and buy Bastoni and Vardiol and Barella. Why they want to come to Tottenham Hotspur?
Yeah.
Why?
No European football.
Right.
No reputation of winning anything. Like, why would these players want to come? That's why the fact that you've mentioned, Brighton, and the fact that Brighton were in for this manager before, like
Yeah.
Tottenham fans have to understand that's the stage that you're at right now. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? You're at the stage
Yeah.
where we just want to play some good football. Do you know what I mean? Get some favorable results. Do you know what I mean? And bring in players that are maybe potentially looking almost for a stepping stone to go somewhere else. Like those are the kind of players you need to be trying to sign now, really,
Exactly.
until you actually prove that you belong elsewhere. Like when you look at what you've won, like what's the difference between you and Brighton? Brighton are better than you right now.
Mate, I know that. You know that. The
Yeah.
problem is there's a lot of the fan base, right? There's a lot of the fan base that don't get it. Now, I'm Blake. Of course, you know how much I hate the owners and Levy. Of
Yeah.
course, it's their fault. But sometimes it doesn't matter how you got there, you are there, right? And you got to fight your way out of it. And I keep hearing lots of people like that guy in the comment going, oh, this is a joke appointment, right? Rants, I've asked the Spurs fans for months, all right, who do you want? Oh, we want Slot. All right, well, Slot didn't want to leave final. So that's that one out of the way. All right, we want Nagelsmann. Well, Nagelsmann turned us down and he's now in talks with PSG. That's that one out of the way. Potter, don't want Potter. Terrible at Chelsea. All right, what about Rodgers? Don't want Rodgers. He's terrible.
Who else?
Okay. What about Vincent Kompany for a young, hungry manager? Nope, no experience. All right, what about Michael Carrick? No, don't want. Who they want?
You know what's beautiful about that? You see when you actually break it down like that, it shows you, like most of these guys got their head in the toaster, bruv. Like
for sure.
It's like,
for sure.
Who do you want? What is there? Like, you know what I mean? Be realistic. If you look at where you are as a club, what your objectives are, and then only then do you look in the pot and see who's available after that. Because you have to be completely honest with where you are as a club, no European football, no history of winning anything. Why do you even think that you can talk to people like Nagelsmann, who's just left Bayern Munich? Yes, he's failed, but he's still Bayern Munich. Do you understand?
Yeah. I mean, even if we say he's failed, right? Even if you think about it, look, when he left, they were in the Champions League, had won 8 out of 8 games in the Champions League and were 1 point off the top.
Yeah.
So, but look, the key thing is the fact that he's in conversation with clubs like PSG, right? Tells you everything you need to know. This whole Enrique, all right, if we sign Enrique, aren't we literally just doing what we did with Conte and Jose? Yes. A manager that has won trebles in Spain, that is used to playing with, look, at Barcelona, this man had Busquets, Xavi, Iniesta, Neymar, Messi, and Suarez. In his Spain team that he just finished, he had Pedri, Gavi, Rodri, Busquets, Laporte, PK. Like, what part of him coming to Tottenham makes sense? These fans don't get it. Yeah, it's not me lowering my standards. I keep being told I'm lowering my standards. It's me knowing where I am in the pecking order. And I likened it to this, Rants. And by the way, I always use this analogy, right? If my house is worth £1 million, my house is not worth £1 million, people, all right? It's not. If my house was worth £1 million, I know when I sell my house how much I can buy my next house for.
Yeah.
I know what I can put down and what I can't.
Yeah, because you know what the budget is,
Right. Let's say my budget is, okay, I know with my next mortgage, I can get a £2 million house. If I go to the estate agent and they go, but why don't we just look at this one for $3 million? Well, that's great, but I can't afford it.
Can't afford it, mate.
That's great, but it don't work for me. Yeah, but just have a look. All right, brilliant. I love it. Great swimming pool. Good gym. You know what? Can't afford it. Right? This is the equivalent of Spurs. Spurs fans going, just get Enrique. Just get
the £3 million house, but your bank account ain't set up like that.
Yeah. And then when Luis Enrique joins, and everyone's going, oh, where's this tiki-taka football that Luis Enrique plays? Well, I don't know if you noticed, but to have the tiki-taka football, you need some top players that can play tiki-taka, right? It blows my mind that no one can give me any names other than Nagelsmann and Enrique. No one can give me names.
No,
Being
you're right.
being a sane fan now, Rants. Apparently, you get mocked because you understand where you are in the pecking order.
Hey mate, I've
It's
been there.
baffling.
I've been there. You know, like that. Like it is what it is. I've been there with my club. And the funny thing is, yeah, it's like some fans. The funny thing is, yeah, like with a lot of football fans, it's like if you actually tell them what they've been saying, yeah, and don't tell them that they've said it, they would think the comments are ludicrous. You know, like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Because they say some dumb shit. Like I've been there. I've been there with Manchester United fans. Manchester United fans saying, "Oh, we don't care about the football as long as we win trophies." All right, cool. And then they get bored. We win an FA Cup, and then they say that's not enough. The football shit. I just want good foot. I want good football, and then you want good football, and then when we're trying to play good football and we're losing, then it's like, nah, this isn't gonna work. Do you know what I mean? It's like, what do you fucking want? And then you get fans that say, "Oh, like, what do you want? Good football or to win trophies?" But why can't you win trophies playing good football? Like that's what
how
Man
many
City are
teams
playing.
win? How many teams win by playing bad football?
Not many teams.
Not,
Do you know
right.
what I mean? Not many.
Right. And just quickly,
Atletico Madrid, like one playing shit football. Maybe Jose one playing shit football for some of his teams, but his first Chelsea team played very good football. That one.
yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So like
Yeah,
people are going on
yeah.
like it's common to stink the place out and win trophies.
Yeah,
Most of
yeah,
the
yeah.
teams that win trophies play good football. Bayern Munich, the Real Madrids, the Barcelonas. Do you get me? All of these teams, Man Cities, they win trophies and they play good football. But somewhere in the universe, we've convinced ourselves that you can't play good football and win trophies. Because what? Because Jose done it once.
I know. People forget that Jose's Chelsea and Real Madrid both set records for the number of goals scored.
100+ goals or some shit like that.
So it wasn't like they just... anyway, somebody in your chat has said, Sava, would I take a Savi? Oh, they changed my name. That's nice. Savi, would you take Pep at Spurs? I mean, look, Pep Guardiola is the greatest manager in the world. Why would he come to Spurs? And secondly, if Pep Guardiola came to Spurs, he's going to be knocking on Levy's door going, by the way, I need that £50 million right back that can play inverted.
Yeah.
By the way, I need a centre back that's worth 70 million who can play football, can play on the ball. Listen, these managers are not what Tottenham Hotspur need. If fans don't, I'm not saying this person asked the question, but if fans don't understand that, I can't help you. Spurs need to go, we're going to get worse before we get better. Mark my words, because what will happen next year, Rats, is when we get worse to get better, people will go, oh, look, Postecoglou. And what I'll say is, no, it's years and years of negligence. Years and years. And 621, sorry, I should be better than this. But Spurred is saying Sava is a Levy apologist. Do you know what? If you're going to come onto a show and call me a Levy apologist, don't come onto a show where I come on every week and cuss out the owners.
Literally. Always holding the owners accountable. Always.
Don't be dumb. Because people like you, Rants, I've started getting ruthless on my channel now. If I see comments that I think are dumb,
I've been doing that though.
And calling them out.
But that's what you gotta do. Like, because the thing is, it's one of them ones where, like, the one thing I hate more than anything is people accusing me of doing or saying things that I didn't do. Listen, if you don't like what I'm saying because you just don't like that's fine. But don't fucking turn around and tell me that I am this and I said this. Where's the proof? Stop your shit. I've never heard you once make an excuse for the owners. Do you know what?
That person who said that, I was probably Levy out before their parents even decided they were going to have sex to create that thing, right? I've been Levy out since 2007. And I get people going, right, let's break this down for that idiot, right? I don't care now. I'm going on harsh with Spurs fans these days. I'm a Levy apologist because I understand where we are in the pecking order of football.
Because you're a realist. You didn't turn around and say it's okay that Tottenham are going to be shit for 3 years because there's no value in the market. You never said that. You said that you understand where your club is based on what they have or haven't achieved, the players they have, and what everyone else is doing, which is completely reasonable. Like, if you turned around and said, Tottenham need to be challenging for the Champions League spaces, yeah, with the fucking season you've had,
Yeah.
you're a moron. That's what
Yeah,
you
yeah,
are.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
there's
yeah, yeah.
no other word for it. Like,